Students are requested to kindly occupy your designated seats. గిఫ్టా దేనికి ఇప్పుడు నేను నిలబడాల్సిందేనా? నేను కింద పడిపోతానన్నా, నేను 100% కింద పడిపోతా. అమ్మో, ఇప్పుడు నేను కనిపించకపోతే ఇప్పుడు ప్రాబ్లం ఏం లేదు, కానీ కింద పడితే రేపు మా అమ్మ నా కూతురు రోడ్డు మీద పడతారయ్యా. సరే. Students are kindly requested to be seated in the designated seats.
You can read this, right?
हाँ हाँ, यहाँ तक कंप्लीट कर सकते हैं यार.
हाँ? Then I will start.
Students, there are some instructions with regard to this convocation ceremony. You are requested to please kindly maintain silence. We are to begin with the program in few minutes from now. Students, can we request you to please kindly maintain silence as the chief guest is arriving in some time and we will be starting with the convocation ceremonials.
We have to start. ये part- Who? Who? ये पढ़ दो ना.
Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Shaheen, Associate Professor, along with
Dr. Swati. Corporate Finance.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may please kindly be seated.
Honorable President, may I request you to declare the convocation open?
I declare the convocation open.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Jayan Mehta, Managing Director, Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation Limited, Honorable Chief Guest, Shri K. Madhavrao Garu, President IP, members of the Board of Governors, Mrs. Mahapra Ali, former CGM Corporate Center, State Bank of India, Professor S. Srinivasa Murthy, Director IP, dignitaries, Professor V. Srikant, Dean Academics, Professor C.H. Lakshmi Kumari, Dean Research, and Professor M.L.N. Rao, COE IP, distinguished invitees, members of the faculty and staff, correspondents from the press and media, parents, students, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. I may now request Professor Meher Karuna to welcome our honorable chief guest with a bouquet.
May I now invite Dr. Usha Noori to welcome Honorable President IP with a bouquet.
May I now invite Dr. Prathana Kumar to welcome the esteemed board member, Mrs. Mahapra Ali, with the bouquet.
May I now invite Dr. Sinju Sankar to welcome respected director, Professor S. Srinivasa Murthy, with a bouquet.
May I now invite Dr. Usha Noori to welcome our dear Professor M.L.N. Rao with a bouquet.
IPE, in its journey of 59 years, is committed to impart holistic quality management education through constant engagement, devotion, and by marching an extra mile to take the momentous task of molding young leaders of today and tomorrow. IPE has always endeavored to impart virtues to its students that are important and indispensable in their holistic development.
Today, we gather to celebrate the milestone in a student's academic life, the much-awaited Convocation 2024 for the qualified professionals from IP, the class of 2024.
We would like to begin the event with the recitation of the poem expressing our gratitude and appreciation to Mother Nature by students of class 2025. The verse is an extract from Gito Bitan written by Bengali polymath Rabindranath Tagore. May I now call upon Miss Ashima Sharon and Miss R. Pravalika to render the poem in appreciation of Mother Nature for the ecstasy and harmony nature draws into our lives.
The sky adorned with stars and sun, the world full of so many lives. Within this glorious vast expanse, here I am, with a place to be and a role to play. Along with the eternal flow of time, the way this world sways. Through high and low tide, I feel the very same rhythm in the flow of the blood in my veins. I walk on this earth, barefoot on the grass, surprised and adorned by the aroma of the flowers. All I see seems made out of bliss. My eyes are wide open, ears are eager. My life is pouring out like a river. My heart seeks out for the unknown that lies within everything known. Along with the eternal flow of time, the way this world sways. Through high and low tide, I feel the very same rhythm in the flow of the blood in my veins. Flow of the blood in my veins. Flow of the blood in my veins.
Thank you, Ms. Ashima Sharon and Ms. R. Pravalika.
Now, I call upon Professor S. Srinivasa Murthy, Director IP, to deliver the welcome address. Professor S. Srinivasa Murthy is currently a Professor of Finance and Director, Institute of Public Enterprise, Hyderabad. He brings with him nearly 3 decades of experience in teaching, academic administration, research, training, and consultancy since 1994. He received the Devang Mehta Award for the Best Professor in Financial Management, CSR Eminent Director of Leading Institute of India Award, and the Business Leader of the Year Award for Outstanding Contribution to Education. We welcome you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Respected Chief Guest, Dr. J.N. Mehta ji, Managing Director, GCMMF Limited, that is popularly known as Amul. Honorable President, Shri K. Madhurao Garu, Honorable Member BOG, Madam Mahaprali Garu, distinguished invitees, faculty, staff, students, and media. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming you all to the convocation to the class of 2024. We are blessed to have Dr. J.N. Mehta, MD of Amul, which is the strongest food brand in the world, and a legend. He is a legend in the cooperative sector, who we are fortunate to have him as the chief guest to deliver the convocation address. I welcome our Honorable President, Sri Madhurao Garu, former Chief Secretary, Government of Andhra Pradesh, who has been our guiding force in taking the institute to the next level, and for his continuous guidance and support. I welcome Honorable Member BOG, Madam Mahaprali Garu, who has been a pillar of support and guide for all our endeavors at Institute. A special welcome to the graduating students of the class of 2024. So these 442, welcome. These 442 students have undergone an excellent training during their 2-year stay at the campus. They have been provided with excellent faculty inputs, and we have excellent faculty numbering 58 now. The pedagogy followed by the faculty for this batch of students include lectures, discussions, case study presentations, simulations, book reviews, Excel-based exercises, article review presentations, etc. For these students, we have arranged industrial tours, visit to T-Hub, Akshaya Foundation, orphanages, to groom them into socially responsible managers. We have offered them a wide variety of electives such as marketing, finance, operations, systems, business analytics, economics, and entrepreneurship. Within each elective, we have offered them a wide choice of subjects, which is well appreciated by the recruiters. Under every domain area of finance, we have offered 10 to 12. The student can choose any 4, like that for different electives. The students had a memorable campus life with their active participation in various student clubs, such as marketing club, finance club, operations club, HR club, and for every passion, there is a club, photography club, book reading club, social club, cultural club, etc. Sorry. They have actively participated in the intra-college sports meet, that is Sangram, Sports Day, and inter-college sports festival, Ranarangam, and we have ESL activities, Startupedia, and so many other activities. The students have recently organized Samskruti, a national level management fest, successfully. We have offered scholarships worth 1.36 crores to 145 students of this batch who are present here. All the students had 100% summer internship projects. And coming to placements, among those who opted for placements, 90% were either placed on campus or joined their family business or would like to pursue further studies abroad. In this batch, 132 students obtained distinction, 263 students first division, 39 students second division, and 8 students passed division. We wish them all the best and compliment them on the occasion of this convocation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the welcome address.
May I invite Shri K. Madhav Rao, President, Board of Governors, IP, to the podium for presidential address. Shri K. Madhav Rao, President, Board of Governors and Chairman, Executive Committee of the Institute of Public Enterprise, joined the Indian Administrative Services in 1962. He was the Chief Secretary, Government of Andhra Pradesh from 1997 to 1998. He was the State Election Commissioner, Government of Andhra Pradesh from 1999 to 2004. He was advisor to the Governor of Bihar in 1999. He was also the Chairman, High Power Committee for Urban Cooperative Banks in 1999. He was Director, Central Board of Reserve Bank of India and Member of Board for Financial Supervision of RBI from 2000 to 2006. Between 1979 and 1997, he was the Secretary of the various departments like General Administration, Panchayat Raj and Rural Development, Food and Agriculture, Irrigation and Principal Secretary, Special Chief Secretary of Finance Department of Government of Andhra Pradesh. He was Collector of Warangal District from 1971 to 1974 and Managing Director of Leather Industries Development Corporation of Andhra Pradesh, Director of Social Welfare and Managing Director, SC and ST Finance Corporation of Government of Andhra Pradesh during 1974 to 1979. From 2004, he is a full-time activist in the areas of affirmative action, good governance, and economic reforms. He is the chair of Mahila Abhivruddhi Society based in Hyderabad from 2007 to date. This society organizes, trains, rates, and champions the cause of women self-help groups.
Good evening to everybody. Our proceedings started with a song from Rabindranath Tagore. I am tempted to say, before I say the few words about the Institute and you, I am tempted to start it with a song he wrote in Gitanjali. To me, that song alone deserves the Nobel Prize. I read it in my local language, but it reads like this. Oh God, this is my prayer to you. I want you to give me that sense of self-respect which will not make me touch the feet of those in power and kick out people who are poor and needy. I want that mind which is not so base as to praise those in power and not care for those who deserve caring. And he uses the word poverty of the heart. It's only the poverty of heart which makes me bow to somebody in power. It is the poverty of the heart which makes me reject the requests of the poor. Now we know economic poverty, we know several poverties, but this expression, poverty of power, is something that moves everybody's heart who has a heart. Now, about you and the Institute. Now, you are the best judges of what this Institute has done for you in various fields that Dr. Murthy has mentioned. Now, we would like you to judge us, assess us, and keep in touch with us and say that during our stay with you, this is the best facility I got, best education I got, but this is something which I wish I got it, but I didn't. Because, again quoting somebody who believes in God, who says, "Oh God, save me from my friends. I will take care of my enemies myself." Why does he say that? It's the friend who tells what is wrong with me. And I don't need to be told about it. If there is something wrong, right about me, I need not be told about it. But what I need to be told is what's wrong with me, what is deficient in me. So it's only the friend who tells you what is wrong with you. And in that sense, I want you people to tell what has been wrong with the Institute in serving you well, or to the expectations we had when you joined here. Now, the other thing which I would mention, I used to play earlier, but I thought it would be too monotonous. You stand for injustice. You stand for cruelty. And apart from your efficiency, your hard work, your achievements, your promotions, your salaries, But there is what's called a society. It is a society which governs all of us in this country. Now, it is a society that requires our sense of gratitude in the same way as our parents require our gratitude and help. Now, in a way, small way, IP is a society for you. In a bigger picture, the whole country is your society. So I wish you care as much for the society as for your promotions and emoluments. Now, that's the best way you serve the country, and I hope you would remember these words in every moment of your life, and remember the words about the poverty of heart that Tagore talked about. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Your thought-provoking address set a perfect platform for our convocation ceremonials.
May I request Professor V. Srikanth, Dean Academics, to present the students who are to be awarded diplomas at the convocation. Professor V. Srikanth, Head School of Marketing and Dean Academics at IP, has above 2 decades of research, teaching, training, and consultancy experience. We welcome you, sir.
Dear students, please stand. Sir, I present to you 442 students of class of 2024 of the institute whose names are set out in the list and who have been examined and found qualified for the postgraduate diploma in management, to which I pray that they may be admitted.
By virtue of authority vested in me as President of the Institute of Public Enterprises, I admit you all to the postgraduate diploma in management and expect that you shall always prove yourself worthy of the qualification, thought, deed, and action. Thank you.
Now, I request the Chief Guest and President IP to present the Ujjwal Mudana Memorial Gold Medal and distribute postgraduate diploma certificates. In the fond memory of late Ujjwal, his parents, relatives, and well-wishers instituted a gold medal at IP to reward a student who excelled in academics, extracurricular activities, and demonstrated exemplary leadership skills. May I request the father of Ujjwal, Mr. Rajendra Garu, to come onto the dais. Ujjwal was born in 1979 to Mr. Rajendra Prasad Babu and Mrs. Aruna Devi in Guntur. Mr. Rajendra Babu, hailing from an agricultural background, is a chemical engineer from Mumbai. A student of St. Anthony's School, Hyderabad, Ujjwal completed his commerce graduation from Badruka College of Commerce and his PGDM degree from IP in 2001 at the age of 21. Ujjwal was a very committed, focused, and honest student throughout his student days and continued his professional career in the same mold. A leader and a good team player, Ujjwal proved his mettle in his career by growing rapidly. His target-oriented mindset and perseverance won him many laurels in organizations that he worked for in his short career spanning only 11 years. His competence enabled him to excel in different companies like HSBC, ICICI, and Birla's in various capacities. He was the national head institutional sales at Aditya Birla Money at the time of his tragic demise. Ujjwal was a truly an all-rounder, being a very successful quizzer, debater, dramatist, sportsperson, and won many prizes. IP's faculty found him to be able, sincere, and excellent leader who could act as a role model for fellow students. Ujjwal's progress in his professional career was cut short tragically in 2012, leaving a host of friends and relatives in deep sorrow. His parents, relatives, and well-wishers, in the quest to keep his memory alive, established a trust in his name to recognize and reward talent and competence in the years to come in different fields. A gold medal is being presented to the PGDM toppers, a class of 24, by this trust. Now, I call upon Mr. Devulapalli Sai Venkata Shastri, the topper of PGM class of 2024, to receive the Ujjwal Mudana Memorial Gold Medal. Thank you, dignitaries, and Mr. Shankar Garu for doing the honors.
May we now call upon students of PGDM to come on to the dais to receive their certificates as per the names announced. Mr. Abhijit Anil, Mr. Abhimanyu, Mr. Arun Kumar Reddy, Mr. Amit Kumar Singh, Mr. Amit Kumar Yadav, Mr. Gauri Vishwanath, Mr. Harshvardhan. Anish. Mr. Anish. Ankita. Miss Ankita. Miss Anudita Lazarus. Miss Arshi Taj. Miss Arundhati Mohanty. Miss Ashwini Dable. Mr. Bandaru Vijay Krishna. Miss Beach Ravani. Miss B. Nikita Reddy. Miss B. Lasya. Miss Bharti. Mr. N. Mahesh. Mr. C. Aniket. Mr. C. Shivaprasad. Miss P. Dikshita. Mr. Devender. Mr. L. Durgesh. Mr. G. Manideep. Miss Geetika Nayak. Mr. J. Ganesh Datta. Miss G. Akhilandeswari. Miss P. Haripriya. Miss B. Harika. Miss G. Jahnavi. Miss Jahnavi Namanama. Mr. J. Patel. Miss Sumana. Mr. Akash. Miss Venkata Sisira, Mr. Menon, Mr. K. Sai Vineet, Mr. Karthikeshwar, Mr. Abraham Jose, Mr. R. Kishore, Mr. K. Jaydeep, Mr. K. Dheeraj Kumar, Mr. K. Venkata Rajiv, Miss K. Vaisali, Miss K. Soumya,
Mr. K. Nitin Chandra, Miss C. Lahari, Miss Lakshmi Sai Pravalika, Mr. Madhav Jawar, Mr. T. Mallikarjuna Reddy, Mr. M. Nishchint Kumar, Miss Manogna Vellagapudi, Mr. M. Devaraj Gaud, Mr. M. Sai Sandeep, Mr. S.V. Mayur, Mr. K. Medhasvi, Miss M. Ankita, Miss B. Monica, Mr. M. Sai Mauli Verma, Mr. M. Yagnesh Verma, Miss Siva Pujita, Mr. Sriram Nanduri, Ms. N. Gayatri, Mr. Naveen Agarwal, Mr. K. Staines, Mr. T. Nishchint Kumar, Mr. Nitish Mishra, Mr. Sai Sankeet Reddy, Mr. Piyush Matthew, Ms. P. Soundarya Rao, Mr. Pranoy Pradeep, Mr. K. Prashant, Mr. M. Pratyusha, Ms. S. Preeta, Mr. P. Vinay Swarup, Ms. B. Raghavi Yadav, Mr. Rajat Das, Ms. Rashmi Khavadia, Ms. Ritika Sai Manda, Ms. Ritika Pal, Ms. Sai Deepti, Ms. P. Sai Pragnya, Mr. Sai Sambarth Reddy, Mr. Sai Venkata Shastri, Ms. Sheikh Sajida, Mr. Y. Sarvesh, Mr. S. Sasank, Mr. Sheikh Mohammad Rehan, Miss Shraddha Das, Miss Shreya Chaudhary, Miss S. Tejeshri, Mr. Shri Sai Nitin Kumar, Mr. A. Shrikant Reddy, Miss S. K. Sridevi, Mr. S. Srikant, Mr. V. Srinivas, Miss A. Shri Priya, Mr. Suhas Deshpande, Miss Govind Kishore Shweta, Miss T. Harika Reddy, Mr. K. Teja, Miss M. Tejaswini, Miss K. Vaishnavi, Miss Komineni Vaishnavi, Mr. D. Venkatasai, Miss G. Vindhya Chandra, Miss Shripada Vaidehi,
Miss Monica Reddy, Miss Priya Kumari, Miss Venkatarani Archana, Mr. Manish Kumar, Mr. K. Sannith, Mr. K. Rohit, Miss P. Lahari, Miss D. Vaishnavi, Mr. C. Rama Reddy, Ms. G. Santoshi, Ms. P. Pooja, Mr. Aditya Sai, Ms. Sanjana, Mr. Venkatesh, Mr. Sai Pavan, Mr. Varun, Ms. R. Swati, Ms. Y. Sudeshna, Mr. K. Sai Lakshay, Ms. Kaumudi, Ms. M. Vaishnavi, Ms. K. Akshita, Ms. Sanjana Reddy, Ms. Nikita, Mr. Lokesh Reddy, Ms. Naga Vaishnavi, Mr. V. Ram Mohan, Ms. D. Deepti, Mr. U. Hari Krishna, Ms. Bhanu, Mr. Abhijit, Ms. Vishishta, Mr. Abhishek, Mr. R. Satya Sudarshan, Mr. U. Suresh, Ms. Yamini, Ms. Kishori, Ms. Hemangi Bharati, Ms. Sai Krishna Manasa, Mr. Manohar Mani, Mr. Shivam Gupta, Mr. K. Rohit, Mr. K. Ramya Priya, Miss O. Sujana, Mr. B. Swapnit, Mr. K. Shankar Yadav, Mr. N. Vijay, Mr. Sai Varun, Miss Kalyani Kausika, Miss Krishna Sahiti.
Mr. Adarsh Singh, Mr. Ashutosh Chauhan, Ms. B. Hasika, Mr. J. Rahul, Mr. Kartike Rai, Mohit, Mr. Mohitansh, Mr. Meghna Basavapuram, Mr. P. Purnachandra, Mr. P. Praneet Kumar, Ms. B. Rushali, Mr. V. Shivaram, Ms. D. Shreya, Mr. U. Vamshi Krishna, Miss V. Shri Shindu, Mr. K. Pranav Raj, Mr. E. Ashwarth Yadav, Miss M. Vanishka, Mr. K. Vasudev, Miss G. Karishma, Mr. Ojas Agarwal.
May we call upon students of PGDM BFS to come on to the dais to receive their certificates. Mr. Abhishek, Mr. Akhil, Mr. Akshat Agarwal, Miss Susan Matthew, Mr. Anish, Mr. Siddharth Verma, Mr. Arnab Sahu, Mr. Arvind Ujjwal Mehta, Mr. Ashwik, Miss Aisha, Mr. Ayush Kumar Jain, Mr. P. Bharat Raj, Miss Nakshatra, Miss Deepshika, Mr. Dheeraj Kumar, Mr. Kunal Prakash, Mr. Ishwar Reddy, Mr. Vinesh Reddy, Mr. Naga Satya Raju, Mr. G. Sanjeev Gupta, Mr. G. Lakshmi Tejaswini, Ms. G. Krishnaswatisri, Mr. Hariprakash Reddy, Mr. Hritik Jain, Mr. Mahidhar, Mr. Jagdeep Kumar, Mr. Jandiala Rupesh, Mr. J. Maharana, Ms. Kajal Sharma, Mr. Preeti Vardhan, Ms. Preeti K, Ms. T. Kavya, Ms. K. Sarika, Mr. K. Sai Kumar, Mr. Kaushik Paul, Mr. Krishna, Ms. Lakshmi Priya, Mr. Sayesh Reddy, Mr. M. Venkatasai Charan, Ms. M. Spandana, Mr. Mangal Singh, Mr. Manikanta, Ms. Bhargava, Minka Bhargava, Mr. Shafiq,
Ms. B. Kiranmai, Mr. N. Mahender, Ms. N. Shivacharita, Miss Niharika Sharma, Mr. P. Nilesh, Mr. K. Nitin Kumar Reddy, Miss S. Parvati, Miss P. Sumadwarka, Miss A. L. Pujita, Miss P. Bhavani, Miss K. Prasanna Lakshmi, Mr. K. Praveen Kumar, Miss R. Ramya Shri, Mr. Shri Prasad, Miss Riya Kumari, Mr. P. Rohit, Mr. Romil Panchal, Mr. Roshan Khan, Miss M. Rupa Shri, Miss D. Sahiti, Miss M. Sai Amrita, Mr. Y. Sai Chaitanya, Mr. K. Satyanarayana, Miss Sheikh Karina, Mr. Shaurya Raj, Miss Shivangi Gupta, Miss Shreyanshi Jain, Miss A. Soundarya, Miss M. Soumya Shri, Miss Purti Chintala, Miss Sumedha Chaurasia, Mr. Sumesh Nair, Mr. Tanishk Kumar, Mr. T. Hemant, Miss T. Varsha, Mr. R.V. Siddhartha, Mr. V. Shri Ram Sagar, Mr. V. Mahesh, Mr. R. Shashank, Mr. V. Anil Kumar, Mr. B. Veeranjaneyulu, Mr. Gaddam Vijay, Mr. Ridhijit Bhattacharya, Mr. Y. Chandranish Kumar Reddy, Mr. Y. Bangar Raju, Miss P. Sai Shruti, Mr. G. Sai Charan, Mr. S. Harish.
May we call upon students of PGDM International Business to come on to the dais to receive the certificates. Mr. Abhishek Verma, Miss Aditya Asok, Miss Akanksha Saxena, Mr. Akhilesh, Mr. Divya Santosh, Miss Annie Priyanka, Miss Venkata Bhanusri, Miss T. Chandana, Miss C. Tanmayi, Miss C. Shivani, Miss D. Kirti Gaud, Mr. Deepak Kumar Shinde, Miss D. Sai Venkataramya, Mr. Jayesh, Miss K. Priya, Miss K. Abhisri, Miss Kartika Das, Miss K. Lasyasri, Mr. P. Lakshman, Miss Lakshmi Prasanna, Mr. M. Srinu Babu, Mr. M. Manikanta, Mr. Mohammad Arslan, Mr. M. Jayant, Mr. S. Murali Krishna, Miss Ojashvi Dubey, Miss P. Supriya, Mr. Pranav Kumar, Mr. Piyush, Miss P. Ramya, Miss Riddhi, Miss Supraja Gaud, Mr. Sandeep Kumar, Miss Sara Kirtika, Miss Venkata Satya Pallavi, Mr. Mansoor Hussain, Mr. Sumant Ji, Miss T. Mamata, Mr. T. Yogi, Mr. M. Tarol Kumar, Mr. Shrukesh Raja, Mr. Venkat Dheeraj, Mr. Vignesh, Mr. K. Pavan Kumar Yadav, Mr. Siddharth O, Mr. T. Siddharth, Mr. D. Manish Gaur.
May we now call upon the students of PGDM HRM to come onto the dais to receive their certificates. Mr. Sai Aishwarya, Ms. Akshita, Ms. Pritika Reddy, Ms. B. Roshni, Ms. B. Rachana Kausalya Devi, Ms. G. Hasmita, Mr. G. Varun Reddy, Ms. S. Hriday Kumar, Mr. Jagan Vivek, Mr. J. Sai Surya, Mr. K. Navyashri, Ms. K. Navyashri, Mr. K. Sai Teja, Mr. K. Akshit Reddy, Mr. C. Kaushik Reddy, Mr. M. Meghan Reddy, Ms. B. Navya Shri, Mr. P. Shri Ram, Mr. P. Manish, Miss P. Devasena, Mr. Pavan Kumar, Miss Rebecca, Mr. Rohit Rai Polwar, Miss Sagarika Mukherjee, Miss Shivangi Tripathi, Miss V. Shri Durga, Miss Manasa Naredi, Miss Monica Naredi, Miss C. Madhuja Reddy, Miss R. Nandini Reddy, Miss J. Swati Chandana, Mr. D. Praveen Kumar, Miss Shruti Mogili, Miss Rashmi, Miss Madhu Reddy, Miss Soumya, Miss D. Shailaja, This concludes the awarding of certificates for the postgraduates. IP congratulates you on receiving the PG diplomas.
May I now request our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Jayen Mehta, Managing Director, Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation Limited, to deliver the convocation address. Dr. Jayen Mehta is Managing Director at Amul, which is India's largest FMCG company with annual brand sales turnover of 10 billion USD, approximately 80,000 crores. Amul is a cooperative federation comprising 3.6 million milk producers in Gujarat, organized under 18,600 village dairy cooperative societies. It handles more than 10 billion liters of milk every year. Amul has been ranked as the strongest food and dairy brand in the world, and with its 22 million packs sold annually, is also the most picked brand in the world. He has been working with Amul for the last 34 years. Sir, just one more minute. He is a member of Standing Committee of Marketing, International Dairy Federation, IDF. He has been selected as a member of the campaign Asia Pacific Power List 2024, which represents the most influential and purposeful marketers in the Asia Pacific region. So may I request you to kindly deliver the convocation address.
Good evening and namaskar to all. Respected Shri Madhav Rao ji, President, Board of Governors, IPE, Ms. Pampara Ali ji, Director on the Board, Professor Srinivas Murthy ji, your Director of this great institute, Professor Rao, distinguished faculty members, invited guests, my colleague Mr. Rajan from Amul and the team, parents of the graduating students, and my dear friends, the class of 2024. It's indeed a great pleasure for me to be with you today. The smiles on your face, the joy on the faces of your friends, and of course the parents when you receive the diploma is indeed one of the heartwarming moments. And of course, one is reminded of one's own graduation about 34 years back at Anand, at the Institute of Rural Management where I graduated. Today, I'm really honored to be in the presence of Madhav Rao ji. They say in our parlance, as you grow senior in the organizations, when a new person joins, he thinks that your age is always less than the experience of your bosses. And today I experience that, sir, that your age also is even more, your experience is more than my age. So you are indeed, as students of this great institute, privileged to have a very, very distinguished, I can say, friend for the students, for the academic industry, and a thorough professional working with the government and beyond to be leading this great institute, which is now more than 60 years old in its existence. And when you say an institute which trains a best quality professional manpower, you should be extremely proud and happy to have graduated from this when 59 other batches have already graduated, and you join the rank of the alums of this institute and give pride not just to the institute but also to the nation. So I really congratulate you all and really thank Professor Murthy and the institute for calling a Dudhwala to your convocation. So this is a you may be wondering that what is the reason for calling somebody working with a cooperative at this great august institution for this convocation of your batch. So I will leave the reasons best to Professor Murthy and the team, but let me tell you that as a cooperative, if something is happening good And as an this institution which focuses on public enterprises and how cooperatives can do good for the nation, I think there is some reason for them to be having me here and my getting this opportunity to talk about what's happening in the space of cooperatives, what's happening in the space of dairy industry, what we as professionals can bring into the nation and make a big change. So as I mentioned, like you, 34 years back, I was also a graduate from the Institute of Rural Management. I got my degree or the diploma from Dr. Manmohan Singh, who had come as a guest representing the Planning Commission, the deputy chair of the Planning Commission. 2 months later, in May 1991, he became the finance minister of the country. And the first thing that government did was liberalize our economy. So when you say liberalizing the economy, which means you are allowing free flow of capital from abroad, giving out permission to them to set up businesses anywhere in the country. And Amul as a cooperative, was founded in 1946, when 2 village cooperative societies were formed, inspired by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, to prevent the exploitation at the hands of a private dairy person and get access to the rights of the Bombay market. So from 250 liters of milk and 2 village cooperative societies, the journey of Amul started, which today in Gujarat, we have more than 18,600 village cooperative societies. 36 lakh farmer families are members of this cooperative. There are 18 district milk unions collecting an average of 310 lakh liters of milk every day, converting into a variety of products, right from your favorite Amul Doodh Pita Hai India, to utterly butterly delicious Amul, to real milk, real ice cream, converting into the taste of India, sold to more than 50 countries with an annual sales turnover of more than 80,000 crore rupees. Now this makes Amul, and as it was mentioned earlier, recently ranked as the strongest food and dairy brand in the world. So as an enterprise which started as a cooperative, could emerge at the top of the world in terms of the brand image, the equity, the trust of millions of consumers in the country, trust of millions of producers in the country, and do a lot of good to the country, because this is the model which made India the largest producer of milk in the world. So the journey of 7 decades of Amul made India the largest producer of milk in the world, and more importantly, milk as the largest agricultural crop of the country. Now, many people don't know, but the value of output of milk today is more than the output of wheat, paddy, and oil seeds put together. So this is the enterprise which gives livelihood to more than 8 crore families across the country, nutrition to more than 1.4 billion people in the country. And as the global scenario looks like, from 25% of the total milk in the world which India is producing, in the next 10 years, India will produce 1/3 of the total milk in the world. So this is a chance for India to become a dairy to the world, and Amul, which is the taste of India, is taking strong steps to be a part of every dining table of the world. As Honorable Prime Minister of India has mentioned, that this is what his dream is, to see that Indian food products are there on every dining table of the world. So this is the power of a cooperative model, of the brand power of India, and the collective efforts of the professionals working in the dairy sector, which is making this possible, and have a dream of doing it in a much better way. But having said that, in today's time and era, we talked of the era of liberalization, we talked of the era of public enterprises or the public sector trying to provide the support which the country needed right from the time of independence to more than 5 decades later. Today, it has been realized that if we want to look into the collective good and development of the underprivileged sections of the society, the marginal section of the society, it is not the government which will be expected to do so. It is not in the capability of the private sector to do so. It is the tool of cooperation and cooperatives which is going to make it happen. And so this is the way in which the government of India has also realized this. A new Ministry of Cooperation has been set up at the central level 3 years back. And the theme, Sahkar se Samruddhi, is not just a slogan. It is how it is intended that cooperatives will empower all the small and marginal sections of the society and make a big difference to the way in which the country grows and we achieve the dream of becoming a Viksit Bharat by 2047 and among the top 3 economies in the world. Because unless the whole country comes together, unless every section of the society is empowered, unless every single member of the country is contributing to the India's economic and the development dream, India cannot progress. So together with the might of the private sector, with the might of the government, the cooperatives also will emerge as a much stronger force in the years to come. And this is what is the new power which we are trying to unleash. And Amul, along with like-minded cooperatives, have been taking variety of efforts and steps and measures to see that we are able to integrate every single farmer of the country through the cooperative, give them market access to the world through the new multi-state cooperative on exports, unleash and revolution in organics through multi-state cooperative in organics, provide the best quality seeds through the cooperative movement through the new multi-state cooperative on seeds, and apart from that, the efforts to strengthen every single PACS in the country. And more importantly, since independence, we have about 200,000 village dairy cooperative societies in India, but India has 7 lakh villages. And so in the next 5 to 10 years, from the balanced 5 lakh villages, there will be 2 lakh more village dairy cooperative societies will be created. So more women will come into the dairy cooperative movement. More farmers will directly pour their milk to the cooperatives. More milk will come into the organized sector, and that will unleash a very, very big revolution in the dairy space, which will help us achieve the dream of becoming a dairy to the world. But more importantly, when you and me as consumers pay 100 rupees for any Amul product, more than 85 rupees goes back to the farmer, to her bank account directly as her income. So this is the ratio which is the highest in the world. No dairy farmer anywhere in the world gets such a large share of the consumer's dollar, rupee, or pound. It's at best 1/3, whereas in India, it is more than 2/3. So through the power of cooperatives, we have been able to realize this. And imagine if the same thing happens for every single agricultural crop, for every single product, any member of a cooperative produces, you can see the fruits of development being reaped across the length and breadth of the country, which would be making a big difference in the growth of the nation, in the lives of millions of our countrymen living in the rural areas, working as marginal section of the society today, but aiming and aspiring to be a very, very powerful contributor to the growth story of the country. So this is where we as Amul are trying to do with continuous innovation, trying to capture the requirements or the changing requirements of young customers like you, and build a product portfolio, create a brand communication campaign which will keep the brand young, dynamic, active, and appealing to every single person. Focusing on new categories like protein, focusing on new categories like organics, working on probiotics to improve the health of the nation and strengthen the gut of the country, and thereby creating not just a brand, but a product which every Indian trusts. Because at Amul, we believe that our currency is not milk, it is the trust of such a large number of people, producers on one side, consumers on another, and try to be a bond between the producer and the consumer and try to serve him and her in the best possible manner. So this is what is going to be tomorrow's India, and cooperatives, I'm sure, will be claiming their place as a tool for development for the entire sections of the society. And this is what we at Amul try to endeavor and try to do it in the best possible manner. We are here for your future, to discuss how you can contribute to the growth of the nation in the next 2, 3, 4 decades of your life as professionals. Let me tell you, my friends, you are graduating at perhaps the best possible time in the history of India, and not just India, for the entire world. Everyone knows that India is a young country, but there will be no time ever on this planet that such a large number of people, more than 75 crore people, young like you, age group of 25 years, will be ever residing on the planet at the same time. So you are the torch bearers of tomorrow's India. You are the torch bearers of future, which the entire world is looking at with a lot of envy. We are not looking at you as the market. We are looking at you as the creators of tomorrow, and this is what is the pride you should have to be in this class of 2024, who is graduating with equally brilliant minds, each one of you. And whatever you do will be actually not just be a stepping stone to your great career, but also contributing to what will be tomorrow's India, AICTE India. And this is what is the best time to be on this planet, to be in the market, to be graduating out of it, and this is what we'll be doing it. The role of the institutions is to build leaders. And I'm sure your faculty members would have done this. I heard from the director that you've been offered so many courses, you've been offered so many ways to learn. It's not just the textbook, but it's the collective learning that happens in a classroom, which will you all remember. I'm sure 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the line, you will not remember what you studied, but you will surely remember whom you studied with. You will forget the textbooks or the names of the authors, but you will remember the faculty members. You will remember what all fun you had in the class, what are the tears you had when you had lesser grades. But it is the collective bonding of the batch of this 2024 will always remain etched in your memory. And that is what will help you grow and get courage from strength to strength. But the leadership is one thing which perhaps the experience can teach you. And whatever little we know from working in an organization with large number of people, many bright and brighter than you all, one realizes that the first lesson of leadership is to cultivate a purpose. What we do, why we do is very important. The question you need to continuously ask, where are we going today? What are we going to do tomorrow? Because it's the purpose which defines the set of the organization and how the entire organization performs. And you as an employee or an individual, I spoke to many of you, you were looking at startups. I spoke to many of you, you have already joined different organizations in the different roles that the institute has managed to get you at the placement. The purpose is what will define how far you go and how fast you go in life. I will go with the story of Amul again for a reference that the original logo of Kerala District Cooperative Milk Producers Union, Amul Dairy as we know, has 4 hands joined with each other. So Amul, as you know, is a cooperative. I told about how cooperatives and farmers came together to form a cooperative. But it is not a cooperative just of the farmers, for the farmers, by farmers. Because each of the 4 hands represents all the 4 different members of what is we call the entire chain of Amul. The first hand belongs to the producer, second to the processor, third of the marketeer, and fourth of the consumer. So only if these 4 hands work in tandem, come together, work in harmony, the organization progresses. And so this is where, if today when we look at organizations trying to find purpose, अच्छा हम ये काम कर रहे हैं, इसमें purpose क्या बताएं हमारे shareholders को, stakeholders को, market को. A cooperative like ours was built with a purpose in the mind, deeply ingrained in the DNA. And this is what I would invite each one of you to be very clear that if the organizations you work for, or even if you are starting your own startup, define the purpose from the early days, because that will become the navigator of your careers, of your future, and they'll be able to do it. The second P, I'll refer to these as 4 Ps of leadership, as we all know the 4 Ps of marketing, will be proficiency. You have been here in this institute on merit. You graduated, passed through the entrance exams, and you were selected as this batch of 443 out of thousands of students who have applied to it. There'll be lakhs of people who will be aspiring to get into such management institutes and study from the distinguished faculty that you have. But not everyone got this chance. You have got this opportunity to be here is because of your own merit and your proficiency in the subjects that you did, and you graduated with flying colors today. So this is where you need to be in the process of continuous learning. Just don't say कि मेरी पढ़ाई हो गई, I'm through in my life. No. Learning is a continuous process. It will start, and it's not just the competence of the textbook of what you've developed. You will also need to develop a domain competence. जो भी subject आपने लिया है, somebody is in banking, somebody is in international marketing, somebody is in general sales and other assignments. We'll need to develop our own domain competencies, strategic competence, and more importantly, the organization's competency. And this is what is the collective thing of trying to build and develop a competency. Be a continuous learner, not just learning from the circumstances and the situations, but from the changing times and the capability that you need to develop to be adapting to the changing environment so that you are always ready for any challenge which comes to the market. And let me share my own example, which, sir, few people know, that I am also a student like you right now. And a couple of years back, I joined my university back as a student as doctoral student, and I'm doing my doctoral thesis on the subject of frugal marketing. And let me tell you, sir, it is very, very difficult to be a student once again and follow the research as in the PhD research, which is being done on a continuous basis, to be able to develop a thesis on what you think is a very subject of my personal favorite subject on frugal marketing. And I hope that maybe a few years down the line, I also get a chance to be a part of the convocation process and earn my doctoral degree. So learning is a continuous process, and that is what we also need to be aware of and try to continuously do as students of whatever we are pursuing it. The third P stands for potential, because this is where you will also as leaders be required to nurture the potential. You need to support the aspirations of your team, you need to empower, you need to encourage, you need to coach. And together you will be able to take the team forward. We all look at careers from our individual point of view. We try to compare कि इसका CTC कितना है, 10 साल के बाद ये कहाँ पहुँचा, मैं कहाँ पहुँचा, have I been left behind in this race? Let us not get into that. Each one has a career decided for his or her own capabilities, your commitment to learn, and I would request in the early days, please don't look at pay packages. Just look at what you gain from the organization you are joining or working with. Try to build your competencies, as I earlier mentioned, and that is what will make you a very, very powerful potential candidate for more success in the future, rather than just comparing packages and trying to jump from one branch to another, one organization to another. And Dr. Kurian in our times used to tell us that I don't expect you to be like monkeys jumping from tree to trees. So this monkey stayed on one organization for all his life. But again, it's a learning, and more you learn working with an organization, you contribute to it, you also learn from it, and that is what will lead to an overall gain in the organization. And the fourth P is for principles. And when I say principles, I mean values. It is the values which define each one of us. Values are not taught in colleges. Values are not taught anywhere. But you learn from everyone, and it's your family, your parents, your friends, your teachers, the environment, the circumstances will tell you what are good values, what are not so good values. Believe in always practicing what are good values, because this is what will make you different from anybody else. It is at times very difficult to follow values in the right spirit, but you have to take the path which is difficult, because that will eventually lead to success. No shortcuts are definitely helpful in reaching to the goal where you want to do, howsoever tempting the opportunity will be. I'm reminded of Dr. Kurian, who was asked once that what do you look in a candidate when you select a person? He said, I look at 3 things in a person when I recruit. The first thing is integrity, second thing is integrity, and the third thing is integrity. Message is very clear. This is one thing which is what is the most valued thing in our lives, and I would urge each one of you to practice it to the best of your abilities, irrespective of whatever circumstances are, because that will help you grow in the way you want to and achieve whatever heights you want to do it. And this is where you need to be consistently positive, irrespective of the negativities around you. Invite feedback, work on continuously improving what you're doing, and that is what will make you a great learner, a great performer, and more importantly, a very, very great human being. And this is what your friends will appreciate, your family will appreciate, the society will appreciate. And as the chairman sir was mentioning, you will be the change agent to bring to the country and give back to the society what you are expected to do so. Now that you have left the institute formally today and joined the alums and more importantly the industry, you are a free bird. But this freedom comes with a lot of commitment which you will have for yourself, your family, your friends, and the society, and of course your employers. And this is where you need to be delivering to the best of your potential based on what you got from the society in these formative years of 20-25 years of your education, because this will what will define what you will be in the years to come. So the knowledge in the world is huge. The experiences you can gain are immense, and the more you work with an open mind, the more you will learn. Google can teach you a few things. Fortunately, nowadays there was no Google, but today you are fortunate that you have Google. But apart from what Google can teach you, or the knowledge which is residing in the form of AI today will teach you. Travel is another thing which will help you gain a lot of things. Sales is one of the things which will help you gain a lot of understanding. And this is a combination of things. You should be learners and try to be gaining knowledge in whatever area which interests you, and not just your subject, but any of the many other things related to it, and you will succeed in life. And finally, when it is about you, I urge my colleagues also, and it's a personal belief also, that one needs to be very, very conscious of three important things for fitness in your own lives. First is the personal fitness. Now, to this generation, one need not tell anything, because fitness is one thing we now realize we cannot take it for granted. But when you want to stay fit, one important thing we all compromise, and you as youngsters would have experienced that, is sleep. Now, sleep is the most underrated thing, but it is the most contributing thing for fitness. So minimum 6 to 7 hours of sleep, undisturbed sleep, please try to have, because with that, you will have a sound mind. And the second fitness you will require, and it's a stepping stone to that, is the mental fitness. That will come with your leaning towards, I will not say spiritualism, but something to do about yourself. It is not practicing anything, but not preaching anything, but living with yourself at least for 20, 30, 40 minutes a day. Listen to yourself, understand yourself, get deeper within to you, and this will help you definitely build a strong mental you, and that will become a stepping stone to a more successful you. And third, of course, which I spoke to many of your friends who are experts in finance, is the financial fitness. I am not an expert on that subject, but this is also which will be a part of your obligation to yourself, your family, and the society, and that is what I would urge you to do so. And this is what will make, when you are expected to contribute for somebody and the society and the organization, the family, the first level of contribution is required for you all, and this is what you have to do it. So this is what is, I thought, my small message for you. With the pleasure I have in joining you today in your convocation, try to capture the world with your sense of humor, with your sense of humility, and with the sense of bonding that you are blessed with in this great group of batchmates that you are graduating with, and this is what the memories you will carry all your life. I wish you all success, and then 20, 30, 40 years down the line, when you are successful, please don't forget the contribution and the support given by your family into your achieving what you have done. Your teachers and the faculty members who have taught you, which led to this great success. And of course, please feel free to share with the friends, because they will be the ones who will be cheering you all through. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. We are deeply grateful to our esteemed guest, Dr. J.N. Mehta, for sharing invaluable insights and experiences about Amul with us today. Your briefing about Amul's inception and its success story has been truly inspiring. Thank you so very much, sir, for the leadership lessons that are based on your experiences and expertise that you have shared with our students.
May I now request the President, Board of Governors, and other dignitaries on the dais to join the stage together to felicitate our Chief Guest, Dr. J.N. Mehta.
I now request Professor M.L.N. Rao, Controller of Examinations at IP, to propose vote of thanks.
Respected President, sir, and our most valued Chief Guest, Dr. J.N. Mishra, sir, and respected Madam Mahaparali, Member Board of Governors IPE, and our beloved director and deans, invited guests, and members of press and media, colleagues, my dear young friends, and ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to propose vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion of graduation of the 2024 batch students. On behalf of the entire IPE family, extend a very hearty vote of thanks. On behalf of my colleagues, I take this opportunity to congratulate the young men and women who have graduated this evening. Okay. A big thank you to Dr. J.N. Mehta, sir. You have been an eminent business person and leading the liquid milk production, the organization which made India as the world #1 producer of the liquid milk in the world. And a great administrator of reputation. Truly, your inspiring speech reflects an enviable combination of experience and wisdom. Will stay with our new graduates and also rest of us for a long time in dreaming big and realizing the same in whichever industry they would like to associate with. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation and spending your valuable time, especially with the young minds. Thank you very much. We express our deep sense of gratitude to our Honorable President, Shri K. Madhav Rao, sir, for his keen interest in student-centric approach and continuous guidance and support. We would like to express our deep gratitude to Madam Mahaparali for our keen interest in the Institute's activities and presence in this convocation. Thank you, Madam. I will also thank our beloved director, Professor Srinivas Murthy Garu, for his guidance and support. I am happy to express my vote of thanks to the deans and program heads, faculty colleagues, staff that has made this convocation for a class of 2024 a successful one. We are also thankful to the administration in general for rendering us all possible logistic support towards organizing this event. We are also thankful to the press and media representatives for their support in covering this event. I also extend thanks to all the IPA family members for their cooperation in the institution of this function. Events like this cannot happen overnight. So as the wheel starts rolling weeks ago, it requires planning and bird's eye view for all detail. Here we are fortunate enough to be backed by a very dedicated and motivated team of our institute who know their tasks and are very much result-oriented. So I specifically thank the people who have been the backbone of this event. We thank you for being with us this time. It has been a great pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
May I request you to declare the convocation closed?
I declare the convocation be closed.
May I request the august gathering to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
May, may we request all the students to kindly be seated. May I request the members present in the auditorium to rise up as the academic procession leaves the auditorium. Hearty congratulations, students. We cordially invite to partake in the convocation dinner.